Hello plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. My name is Pam, you guys, and I've been in a creative mood lately, and I've been making things and repurposing things to showcase some of my beautiful plant babies. And I just want to share with you the things that I made, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so you've been with me, but if you have not, shame on you. But that's okay, you can make it up by subscribing. But if you followed me along as I created this wall mount plaque, beautiful decor. Did something fall just now? I think it did. I may have to re-glue it. It's a piece of rock, but it's okay. Broken things can be fixed. But yeah, if you guys hung around, you seen that I was in a creative mood. And if you haven't seen me make this, please check out my video. It's very useful, I think. I believe one of you guys asked me if I could have hot glued this spag, the moss to the actual planter, which would not have been a bad idea. But my goal is I don't want to have to worry about wetting the base. I want to maintain the integrity. I want the flexibility of being able to take the pot out. And I saw the future vision of this plaque that I created. As you can see, I have the Hoya Rosita and this beautiful propagation philodendron micans. And if it's successful, as you can see, I figured that these plants was going to trail down anyway, and so therefore you wouldn't even see the planter. And if you kind of look, you kind of don't really see the planter. It looks like the plant is just literally growing out of there. So that was kind of what I was envisioning, a jungle vibe walking through beach sand. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. And I provided step-by-step instructions on how I actually created that. But every so often, you guys, I am a very creative person. I can give myself credit for that. And every so often, I'll have this creativity vibe and things will just pop up. I see things and then I just do it. And I've been like on this bus of doing it. And I just want to share with you guys some of the things that I've done. I think they turned out really nice, and how I just really repurposed things and kept stuff that I already had, and how can I make it better, how can I use it for plant displays, and how to enlighten plants and things like that to save you guys money. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is actually, I did 4 different styles, so to speak, of repurposing jars. Now these could be variations of jars. The majority of the jars that you see here probably will be like from a pasta jar of some sort and maybe a juice jar. But like I said, if I have an idea or vision, I just go with it. So first one is this jar right here. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not, honestly, you guys, I think it looks nice. I am not too much of a fan of this. I'm my worst critic, and I realize that I am a little bit of a perfectionist at sometimes, which can be a hindrance to me. I acknowledge that. I'm a work in progress, you guys. I'm working on that. But I do love, what I do really love about it is I love the texture that I created on this. It looks like this has been sitting at the bottom of the ocean in my mind. So some form of a relic, if will. And I'm just using these vessels more or less for propagation. So I just thought it's a beautiful way to style up your propagations. You can put any plant in here. I initially had, I want to say, my Aglaonema Maria, as well as my white Dalmatian, the one that I was trying to get roots to grow in here, but I just recently potted it up, so that's why this one is empty. And for the most part, the next 3 jars is pretty much this shape, but just a different little style, little spin on it. This next one right here which is one of my favorites, I would say. Very basic style. I just use jute twine. And this right here, guys, is actually, what you call it? Chalkboard paint. I thought it would be cute. This is my vision. I thought it would be cute to write something, a clever word here, whether it's a grow it or some inspiration. But this is also glass. And I'm actually scared to try to write on it because I feel like even though it is chalkboard paint, that I may scrape it off because it's adhering to the glass. I haven't tried it because, like I said, I don't want to mess it up. I think I may scratch it off, honestly, if you want to know my honest opinion. But either way, whether I write something on it or not, I really love the play on the white. And what I have in here propagating is a whole bunch of peperomia scandens. My plant, this was the plant that was in my bedroom, you guys. I think it took a deep dive and I had to make an executive decision to do a finalized chop. So I'm kind of trying to start this plant over, but even if it doesn't be successful as far as the propagation, I think it looks very well in here. It looks wild, it looks funky, and it kind of goes with this style. This style is very unisex, I think. Like, this would be very well displayed in a female, male household, but it's, I don't know. I like this. I just like the look of it. And like I said, it's just jute twine and chalkboard paint. Now another one, which I have a propagation in, is also the jute twine as well as a different spin on what I did with paint. And it's this. I love it. I have, this is a philodendron angulostatum, I believe. Yeah, I think it is. Propagating in here is top cutting. But, let's see. Oh, it's rooting. Ah, okay, that's good. But I just want y'all to see the design on here. I did the whole thing up in jute and I painted it, but I wanted to put some gold on it. And you know, the beautiful part about your vision is that nobody knows what the vision is except for you. So could anything that you create ever be a mistake to someone else? No, because they have no idea what you had in your mind. And art is such a beautiful thing. It is your own interpretation. It's just so funny too. My daughter said, she said it looks like, she really likes this one. This one is one of her favorites. And she said the reason why this is one of her favorites is because it looks like the jute was on fire at one point, and where you see the gold edging is kind of like where it went out, so to speak. So like, and when she said that, and I was like, I see it, you know. So art is beautiful. It's your own interpretation, but this is one very quick, easy, unique style, and it's yours. So put a plant in there, and voila, that's beautiful. Now my next one, I have a propagation of my, what is this, Calathea macoliana that was declining. Child, it took a dive for the worst, and I wound up just taking it out of the soil and just putting it in water, and then we're just going to see. But anyway, this one, kind of like this bottle right here is kind of the beginning idea that I had for the plaque that I showed you guys in the beginning. Guys, I wanted to create a beach vibe. If you have a beach house, and you know, maybe I'm speaking that into fruition one day, maybe I too will have my own vacation home. But let's say if you do, if you're blessed and fortunate to have one, and you wanted to go with a beach theme, this would be very nice to have in your home for decor. The texture is amazing. It's rough, and then it has some the details. I think I did a wonderful job with the details as well as the subtle embellishments. Now mind you, the majority of the stuff that I used this for, I had the paints. I had this sand, and the texture, you guys, is the same blue sand, or yeah, blue sand that I used to make the plaque. I just created a color similar to sand and just painted over it. And I wanted to, in my mind, this was a vision of sand, water, and then the deep end of water. My husband actually said that it looks like sand, water, and then the horizon. So, I don't know. What do you see when you look at this? Art is beautiful, your own interpretation. But I can say, even though, Makiana, you are getting on my nerves, girl, but I love you. I need to cut this. I'm going to cut this leaf too. Like I said, I'm out with the ugly and trying to bring stuff back in beautiful, but I think it looks very well in here. It's very nice, right? I didn't even put a ceiling or nothing on here. I probably should have, but I kind of like that rough look to it. It even feels rough and I love it. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Now, this last jar, I believe those jars, those containers, you guys, was filled with pasta sauce. This one right here that I'm about to show you, it was, I think, a juice container. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to talk about how the natural element of the glass itself you can actually use to enhance or embellish your idea. This right here, I love this beautiful white on gold mix. The textures are absolutely amazing. And I figured if you look closely at the glass, you'll see it's like bubbling type of something going on. The glass was already designed like that, and I thought that I could do something to enhance it. And I'm looking at it right now, you guys, and I believe I did that with that beautiful gold paint. I just took some jute rope, I wrapped it around here because I wanted to hide what the lip of the jar looked like, and I decided to cover that in gold painting as well. I did the same features down at the bottom with basic jute rope, and I painted it white. I didn't give it too many layers because I wanted it to have that white water wash look, and it did, because it just the jute rope just sucked in all that whiteness, and I don't know, I really love it. It looks a little rustic. And then I wanted to put just a subtle embellishment here. And honestly, you guys, I put it as an embellishment, but I also put it in as to hide flaws. That's another that's another tip you could actually do. When I was painting it, I think I painted the gold part first. I believe I did. And then I painted the jute rope white. And I was trying my very best to not get the white on here, but I got a little bit, and I did not like that. So I kind of used this a little bit as a decorative piece, but to hide the little flaws that one would not see. You can't even tell really that there was something wrong done here. And that's another beautiful thing about art pieces, in my personal opinion, is that in your vision, in your mind, you could have made a mistake. But sometimes a mistake is the beginning stages of your most beautiful, whimsical pieces that anyone can create. Now you can do, this one is really versatile in my personal opinion. You could do a dry flower arrangement with this. You can do, I actually envision like dried baby breaths. Something basic and simple. Or you could use a propagation cutting of your most stunning plants, such as maybe a Monstera albo cutting or Thai constellation, just one big huge leaf, and it would just really set it off. Or it's so stunningly beautiful, you guys, I think it's gorgeous just standing as it is. And that's exactly how I have it displayed right now. It's in my living room as part of my decor on one of my shelves, and I love it. Now, I have two other little ideas that I completed / still working on, but I'm sharing this with you as well. I'm gonna show you this. you know, you go to Michael's or your favorite hobby store and you can find some finds. And I came across this box at Michael's, I want to say. And it was just bare material of wood. It's the cool part about it is it's on a swivel. And I had an idea. As you can see, it is painted gold and white. But I want to show you something. I wanted stones on one side of it. I didn't have any more white stones, but I have a plethora of blue stones. And so that's what I used. I used blue stones, and yet I painted white. Now, although I did several coatings of white, it did a good job with hiding the majority of it, but of course it could not deny the blue bleeding through. I did it on this side as well as this side. But I think the blue bleeding through gives it a unique feature. If you think about it, it reminds me of a fireplace, really. And this right here, you guys, is a clear slot where you could actually put a photo on. And so I have this idea, and I'm going to tell you what my idea is. But before I do that, I also did a design on the top. Because even if I don't follow through with the idea I'm about to share with you, you can still use it as maybe a keepsake decorative box. And so I wanted to also have this piece be versatile to be used for whatever. And I decided to create this beautiful little flower decor. I painted it white. And I just took a pencil and I did my little drawing, and that's when I just took paint and just outlined, and I tried my best to do some detailing in the middle. I think I pulled it off. I really like that, considering that I have zero art background and I can't draw to save my life, I don't think, but I feel like I did put a good effort there. And then I already had these rhinestones that you see on the tips. I wanted something very subtle, but something that's just make it stand out. And that's why I did the outline of the yellow flower in the black. And of course you got the green for the green stem, but I really like the subtleness of the details of the actual flower, you guys. So even if you don't use it for anything, it still is a beautiful display. Isn't that nice? But let me share with you my thoughts for this project. So I've lately been starting to take pictures of my plants. And I'm old school, you guys, and I just thought this would be so nice. I'm creating an actual book for myself, capsulizing my plant journey. And I just feel like it's going to be so beneficial. A year later, I get to look at this book, and I'm breaking it up as far as my plant species that I have. And anyway, I got a little mini camera. I've been cataloging right now. That's what I'm in the process of doing, actually cataloging my plant collection. And I'm actually going to put it in the book. I'm trying my best to put names on it, as well as trying to go back in memory, at least, if not the exact date, then at least the year that this plant was purchased. And if I have any fun facts, I plan on actually writing them on little cards and attaching it to the photo. So anyway, I had a vision. Wouldn't it be nice? This thing has all 4 photos. Wouldn't it be nice to actually have a plant in here? Whether this thing is being used as a cash bowl, get that. But you put your plant in here, but each photo that you see will showcase the progression of that plant, and the final photo will be the live plant in itself. That's the vision I have for this design right here. And I'm going to show you an example. I actually thought of doing the Alocasia Jacqueline for it. You guys, y'all seen the mishap. Y'all seen the stories of the disaster that I've had with this plant. So I did take my very first photo of the Alocasia Jacqueline. Hopefully y'all can see it. And right now it has just one leaf. Hopefully it will recover and bounce back and give me more growth. And I figured, you know, if I could just capture the progression of this plant to finally just have it, an alocasia jacqueline just emerging off of here. And because it's on a swivel, someone can say, oh, this is cool. I would think it was cool. Oh my goodness, I can see the progression of this plant. Very cool, I think. And also just popped in my head, this would be a really nice gift idea for a plant person. They will, you never know. I think doing something as simple as this could spark someone who doesn't like plants into liking plants, especially if they see the history of the plant right before their eyes. Just think about that. I don't know, I just think that's cool. So yeah, I'm super excited. Another thing too, I took the picture of the alocasia jacqueline just to put it in here, but that does not necessarily mean that I will stick with that being the plant in here. And yeah, I don't know yet. I'm just waiting it out. I'm everything I do as far as my collection style and thing, I go off of feeling. So my gut right now is saying it, but my gut always changes, you guys, and that's the beauty of living, right? But anyway, my last one, you guys, is actually total repurposing of something that really would have been classified as trash. So I had received a gift from a colleague of mine, because they know that I'm into plants. They actually brought me like those, you know, those propagation stations that have the 3 balls, like little test tubes, and then they like balls, and they're like on like a wood frame. Anyway, that's what they brought me. And when I opened it up, it was like a styrofoam casing shaped like the size of the bottles, but that was holding the actual bottles. And I had set that piece on the dining room table one day, which is so weird. I planned on actually literally throwing it in the trash. And my daughter said to me, she said, Ma, are you gonna do something with that? And as soon as she said it, it was like light bulbs came on, like ding. I said, wow, I was gonna throw it in the trash. And I knew exactly, as soon as she said that, it's so weird, I knew exactly what I was gonna do with it. And I'm about to show you too. I think it turned out pretty decent. It's lightweight. Let me show you the back. So first of all, I used jute, and I had to make it tight. I was having problems with it bubbling out on the side of here. So I had to do it where I was pulling it down to snugly hold it, and then I just glued it. So yeah, it looks a mess in the back, which is fine. No one's going to really see the back the way that I have it displayed anyway. But mind you, as you can see, I hope the camera is seeing, this is styrofoam, you guys. Styrofoam is extremely lightweight. And I figured, okay, what better way? So I'm about to turn it around and show you guys what I did with it. I decided to turn this into a beautiful air plant display, you guys. I think I did a great job. You see, all these are tillandsias of different kind. I just recently purchased these, which I wanted to actually bring more air plants into my home, but I did not know how to display them, because honestly, I didn't just want to have them just laying on a shelf or just thrown in a jar where people would not be able to see. Let alone, not only that, I didn't want to put it in a jar or lay it on a counter or something, because I have way too many plants. That thing will die if I put it in. At least if I have it displayed here and I know that it's a living thing, it will be a constant reminder for me to know when, okay, I need to take them down and give them water and whatever the case may be. But I took the blue stones that I still have. I have a plethora of these stones, you guys. I'm trying to get rid of them, but another way that I used the stones to cover up all of the black. Then I took the Mod Podge to seal it, but it gave it a nice, beautiful sheen. What I used is plant holders, you guys, which I had them, the white ones, is the ceiling hangers, the ceiling hooks, the white ceiling hooks. I had brought a box of them. I don't know when I did, probably a couple of years ago. And I said, oh, I said, you know what? This is styrofoam. I just screwed them in, and I figured that the hole was small enough to hold an air plant. So I have two going up and one going down because of the bulb-like shape. And I think the fact that the styrofoam itself is black, it's really making the color of the air plants pop. I think this is probably one of the best ones. And so I have this actually sitting in my bedroom on a shelf. But initially, I was going to see if I could, because, you know, like I said, this is styrofoam. I could still screw small hooks in here and maybe use some form of a glue, but I'm not even 100% sure. And I was thinking about figuring out a way to, for example, mount it on the wall right here, or somewhere on this wall. I don't know, but it doesn't need to actually be in here, you know. So I don't know. I think I did a great job with this. Is out of all of my pieces, this is, well, I really like all of them, I'm not gonna lie. Some I like more than others, and the ones that I do like, there's certain features on some that I prefer than others. Would that be safe to say? But yeah, comment below, you guys. Let me know, do y'all get creative like I do to try to come up with clever little slick ways to display your plants? Do we do subtle embellishments on our plants? I would love to know. Do you repurpose some products to save money? Because, you know, let's face facts, you guys. Plant materials, whether it's cover pots and things like that, that can be pricey by itself, not to mention the plant prices. So we want to try to cut corners as much as I can. I hope that me showcasing or sharing with you guys different ways to repurpose items and possibly use it as part of your plant decor has motivated you guys and maybe helped to promote some of that creativity that I do believe we all have. But comment below, let me know some things, creative things that you guys have done to help display your beautiful plant babies. This pretty much ends this video, you guys. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, subscribe to this channel because I do fun things over here. Push those thumbs up, push them up, push them up. Help me out, please. I appreciate it. I love the support. I love talking to you guys. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and until next time, guys, much love. Bye.